Bring in the senior counselor to the Treasury Secretary, that is, Joe Lavorgna, joining with us this morning. Joe, how does the Treasury plan to incorporate crypto?
Yeah, well, we saw in the Genius Act and how it's going to facilitate payment in stablecoin, which will increase the demand for treasuries, potentially expand that market, the stablecoin market, which is already growing exponentially further, significantly from around a few $100 billion to perhaps in the trillions, as Secretary Besson has mentioned. So it creates demand for U.S. assets. It makes use of all these new technologies. Treasury certainly is highly supportive of these acts led by President Trump's leadership. And as Congressman Emmerich had just said before, I mean, it's a totally different world. We've got this great technology. We have this innovation. And President Trump wants us to be at the forefront of this new innovative approach. And it's great news.
On an annualized basis, just reported for the second quarter, 3% growth. That is better than expected. It's stronger than expected. So where's the recession and where's the impact? See it in that report, do you?
No, Stu, I don't see it. I mean, the tariffs have been on a revenue. We've got record readings in July. We could be upwards of $300 billion in revenues for the year. Even the CBO, which has very pessimistic forecasts, they think GDP isn't even going to grow 2%. Even the CBO thinks we could generate about $3 trillion in revenues over the next decade. So we've got the revenues. The inflation is de minimis. We saw a big recovery and growth in the second quarter, powered by a couple areas. One is a real improvement in the trade deficit. It shrunk. We expect that to continue given all the trade deals that the president has put forward. And this CapEx comeback, capital spending grew 5% in the quarter. It's grown at its fastest pace since the second half of 2011. I wouldn't be surprised if those numbers actually get revised up to show an even bigger boom. But now that we've got the one big beautiful bill, all the capital expenditures, all the investment in the economy should continue and really kick into gear this half.
I've been asking, will we get 3% growth in the fourth quarter of this year? Well, it looks like we've got 3% growth in the second quarter of this year. So project forward, could we get 4 or even better than that? 4% growth, fourth quarter this year? What do you think?
That would be great. I mean, in President Trump's first 3 years, growth was nearly 3%. And in that 2019 year, before the pandemic struck, growth was running at almost 3.5. So we certainly could generate 3% type growth. We already did it in the second quarter with productivity improving dramatically. It happened under President Trump. And all these new innovations, at the outset, we talked about crypto. It's going to increase financial efficiencies. There's no reason why we can't grow much faster than what we've been growing at over the previous 4 years. 4% would be great, but I think 3% is a good number, too.
Treasury Secretary Besson says we could bring in this year $300 billion. That's income from tariffs. Were tariffs always designed as a moneymaker, or did that just come with the territory once we've imposed them?
No, I mean, they could bring in revenues. I think the point of President Trump's trade policy is he wants foreign capital to come in. We're seeing it with all these trade deals, the most recent being the EU. Last week was Japan. Significant commitment to the U.S. markets. The tariffs certainly are an incentive to do that. Ideally, you want more U.S. production, high value-added manufacturing that's going to lift wages, improve living standards. And in the meantime, tariffs are raising a significant amount of revenue. So everything kind of works together. And as designed and as the administration has said, tariffs are not inflationary, and we're seeing that.
Okay. Joe Lavorgna, always a pleasure. Thanks for joining us. So we appreciate it.